It's December 1st, first of the month. Wake up, wake up. This is what we have here for you today. Hakeem Jeffies has climbed the mountain in the Democratic House. He's now the new leader. Judge threw out the special master of the Trump case in the Mar-a-Lago documents. So now anybody can look at the documents for the government side. Railroad's about to strike. Railroad workers is ready to strike. The Senate swoops in. And we got a little gospel story for you today too. I know, I couldn't help myself. And with that said, let's go. Welcome to the Brandon T Show, where we talk about everything that's important to the working man. And we're not politically correct here. So working man means men, women, whoever's out here getting it. We come to deliver the news that's important to y'all. And with that said, this is the Working Man Committee. All right, welcome. Let's get started. Top story of the day. Actually, that's a few stories actually this time. But our top story, we're going to talk about the House of Representatives on the Democratic side. In the show of unity in the House has elected Hakeem Jeffies, African American man. Show of unity, they say. Alright. And so Hakeem, introduce your leadership team with you. Go.
As the incoming House Democratic leader for the 118th Congress that will convene on January 3rd, and to be joined by my two good friends, amazing colleagues and partners, the incoming House Democratic Whip, Catherine Clark, and the incoming Caucus Chair, Pete Aguilar. I also want to convey my thanks to Speaker Nancy Pelosi, an extraordinary speaker for the ages, who has delivered so much for so many over such a significant period of time. Our caucus is better, our country is better, the world is better because of Speaker Nancy Pelosi's incredible leadership. I also want to thank our current House Majority Leader, Steny Hoyer, and our current House Majority Whip, Jim Clyburn. We look forward to finding opportunities to partner with the other side of the aisle and work with them whenever possible, but we will also push back against extremism whenever necessary.
All right. So Nancy stepped down. In the unity, they picked Hakeem Jeffies. If you know Hakeem Jeffies, he was part of some of the impeachments of Donald Trump and so forth. I think he was one of the controllers, masters. I can't remember exactly what they called that when they went to the Senate and he was made the case. And so for his loyalty, they give him a leadership. Let him lead the party. All right. And so you say, what happens to the old leader? So Nancy steps down after losing the House, says she just want to be a regular person. Okay. All right, cool, Nancy. What about Steny Hoyer? He was the majority leader when Nancy was Speaker of the House. And Steny Hoyer's from Maryland, and he considered trying to remain in leadership if he had the support, but ultimately decided against it. And Representative Hakeem Jeffies for California considered challenging Jeffies for the post of minority leader, but many Democrats said he lacked the votes. Shifty Chef. He's like, oh, I carry a lot of water on Trump too. I gave all these talks and so forth. I bashed Trump left, right. I didn't have the votes. Mm-hmm. Hey, Chef, you didn't go as hard as Jeffies. Should have went harder. But what you say? You had the good committee that could go even harder. But hey, you were not it. And also, And my thing is, and also he's expected to try to run for Senate later. Get out of the House and go to Senate. So we'll see if Adam makes it anywhere. And question I have: there's another House member that was in the when it was in the leadership as well. James Clyburn of South Carolina. James, what's up, buddy? How you doing? So you were a loyal soldier as a whip and so forth. I'm pretty sure you thought that the next top job should be yours. Come on now. You even said they would ask you, they said, James, would you get in Biden, South Carolina in the primaries? Are you going to push your agenda on him? And James played the lie. He was like, no, I'm just going to sit here nice and quiet until Biden asks me to speak and tell me what to say. And so today, Caitlin Clark, oh, sorry, I didn't mess me up. Kathleen, I'm not gonna show it. Kathleen Clark has now assumed the whip position from James Clyburn. James, take your seat in the very back. And let's see this show of unity by putting Jefferson at the top for going hard against Trump and Blake Black. And Kate and Miss Clark and Pete. Got a mixture there to lead the House Democrats. Yes. And our next story, it's an interesting one. I don't understand it. But hey, man, like I said, we're in different times. Depends on who's the target of the investigation. Whether norms happen or get pushed out the way. So appeals court halt special master review of documents seized in Mar-a-Lago in a major Trump defeat. And so let's go over what the special master was doing. So the special master was looking at documents. Very nice. Alright, what is government records that should have went back? Alright? What is have nothing to do with that? Out of the way, government don't need to see that. And so now the appeals court says, you know what? Let the government look at all of it. Let them determine what they want to do. If there's something prosecutable there, if there's something that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but it's over here, handwritten note, hey, Trump saw this, that, third, did this, that, third, hey, let it all get in there. But like I said, would this normally be happening if the person that was the target of investigation was more liked? Yeah. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're in a funny time right here. So in a major defeat of former President Donald Trump, a federal appeals court on Thursday halts the third-party review of documents seized from Mar-a-Lago State. The ruling moves a major obstacle from the Justice Department investigation into mishandling of government documents from Trump's time in the White House. So I want to know, why is that? So the special master's going through here and says, okay, this paper ain't got nothing to do. Because if you remember the raid, they took everything. They didn't go through it and say, okay, these are government documents, these are bank records, this is bank records, this is a love letter to Melania, you know what I'm saying? They have birthday card for kids. They just grabbed everything. And so now, if the special master isn't going through the stuff that's not necessary, now they can find anything they want. Now, I get it. You like the guy, you don't like the old buddy. It doesn't matter. It's right, like what is right, what is wrong. Because like I said, if they can use a tactic against this person because they don't like him, what happens if they find somebody else they don't like? What if next investigation? What if it's you? So like I said, I understand, like I said, you say, hey, Trump, this, that, third, but hey, at the end of the day, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. Yep. So in the 3-judge panel, the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals reversed the U.S. judge's decision to order appointed so-called special master to sort through thousands of documents found at Trump's home to determine that what should be deemed off limits investigation. Now, this is going to spawn. I'm pretty sure they're going to pull it to the next level, but this is going to spawn a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, for instance, right? If a police officer's behind you and so forth, and you go on the speed limit, I mean, they follow you long enough. They can say you did. They can find something to pull you over with. I think this is one of those situations where the panel here don't like Buddy and letting government look at everything. Yep. The law is clear. The appeals court wrote, we can't write a rule that allows a subject of a search warrant block the government's investigation of the execution of the search warrant. Nor can we write a rule that allows only former presidents to do so. So they're saying, so what was the search warrant for? Was the search warrant for every piece of paper in the house? Or was the search warrant for government documents that should be returned? Huh? Like I said, is that gray area? But like I said, this is one of those situations where it looks bad. It looks very bad. And it should be bad. Because like I said, this ruling happened right after the special counsel was appointed. And somehow this happens. So like I said, you can't protect, it's hard to protect yourself against the government if the government got their eyes on you. All right. We're going to go next story. FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried. SMF. For STX. Hey, Sam, your lawyer said shut up. Don't talk no more before you say something incriminating. Sam, are you going to speak? Let's see. Go.
Are they suggesting this is a good idea? Are they suggesting this is a good idea for you to be speaking?
No, they are very much not. I mean, you know, the classic advice, right? Don't say anything. Recede into a hole. And it's not who I am. I mean, it's not who I want to be. I think I have a duty to talk to people. I have a duty to explain what happened, and I think I have a duty to do everything I can to try and do what's right. If there is anything I can do to try and help customers out here, and I don't see what good is accomplished by me just sitting locked, in a room pretending the outside world doesn't exist.
You're in the Bahamas right now. Are you in the Bahamas because you think you can't leave?
No, I'm in the Bahamas. I have been in the Bahamas for the last year, and I've been running FTX from the Bahamas. I've been running FTX Digital Market, our primary operating entity down here. With Bahamian regulators and others in contact, and right now I'm looking to be helpful anywhere I can with any of the global entities that that would want my help.
Sam, I guess you don't care what your lawyer say. You're in the Bahamas, huh? Do you feel protected down there? All right, let's see how it goes. All right, our next story, and this is a important story, very important story. So the railroad union draws a line in the sand as Biden Congress move to prevent a strike. So they're going to strike. The railroad said that future collective bargaining for many industries, including airline, is set to strike as President Biden urges Congress to prevent the railroads from striking by passing legislation. The railroad unions say Congress mandated the labor deal without changing a paid sick leave will worsen the supply chain of future alternate railroad workers. So they want paid sick leave. They want better paid sick leave. Okay. Oh wait, what y'all gonna do? Okay. After meeting with Biden Tuesday, leaders from the Democrat and Republican parties, including Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell, indicate support of passing legislation quickly. All right. 4 railroad alliances are potentially to strike on December 5th. Not 5th, 9th, sorry. So that happened. And then it quickly changed gears. Like I said, the Congress was like when they wanted to get this done. And now the Senate passes a bill forcing railroad labor agreement ahead of strike deadline. Sends to Biden. The Senate passed legislation that will force a tentative railroad agreement and for a national strike. Let's see. A separate vote is adding 7 days of paid leave to the agreement. All right, so they get 7 days. All right, cool. So you take a full 7-day week. Okay. That's one of the things they wanted. So okay, it looks like government's gonna give it to them. And legislation also goes to Biden's desk to urge Congress to move quickly on the passage. Okay. Let's see. The Senate passed legislation that will force a tentative. Okay. Check it out. So the vote, the Senate came up to 80 to 15. Okay, that's a strong bipartisan vote there. I'm with that. So like I said, railroads keep going, and what goods are moved on rail keep going, and so forth. Looks like the railroad workers will be happy because, like I said, they wanted sick leave, and now they have it. Go. Hopefully they don't all take sick leave at the same time. All right, cool. And our final story, it's a gossip story. It is. But I couldn't help myself today. So, Good Morning America. Whoever watched that show, and that show's an interesting show. You know what I'm saying? The stars are accused of having a lengthy affair on there. Yep. The most memorable talk show scandals is here. Okay, the Daily Mail has broken a story about Good Morning America, Amy Robach and T.J. Holmes. Yes, Amy Robach and T.J. Holmes, both were married at the time, had an affair. Yep. And the report says they got friendly when they went to the Queen's Jubilee and got friendly. But they also said they were married to several people at the same time, right? So she had a husband over here, he had a wife over there. And then they went and got super friendly with each other. But also, this happened, let's say back in June of this year. And they also this is ironic, this never happens. Maybe it do happen, but maybe I just watched a TV version of it. Both in August of this year, both of them split up with their spouses. Now, like I said, the TV, like I said, you watch the TV and so forth, or even real life, like, somebody catch feelings, and they're like, I probably gotta leave, and then the other person leaves, and they're like, okay, I'm with you, and the other person's like, nah, you know what, I changed my mind, I like it, I like, you know what I'm saying, what the other person doing with me. But not in this case. They both split up from their people, ended their marriages, and are openly dating each other. Ain't that something? That never happens. But hey, it's something else. Now ABC, bigwigs are trying to figure out what to do with this. Cause this is, I think this might be a bad look, right? You got two of your anchors, and they're down dating each other. That's why I like, dating in the workplace now. So we'll see what happens on Good Morning America. The people that watch that show and so forth, the morning show is engaged in that. You'll see if it gets uncomfortable moments. You see TJ up there. You see Amy Robach, you know what I'm saying? Amy's kind of, I think she sits at the desk more and do more of the news and so forth. And TJ kind of floats around in little segments and so forth. TJ, I think you might be the odd man out if they decide they want to make changes. But TJ, I think TJ does another show, you know what I'm saying, after that show on ABC. So I don't know, maybe they're gonna just shake it up. But anyway, this has been an interesting day and so forth. Like I said, the Senate moved quickly. Government moves quickly when they want to do stuff, slow when they don't, but quickly when they need to. Ain't that something? But we'll see how it goes. And with that said, this has been the Working Man Committee. I am your host, Brandon T. And this is Brandon T Show. And we see you next time. Peace.